wonder what other seasonal deals we're gonna see for this holiday season. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button. I've been plugging this every Market Watch, but I want to make sure that people know that Kong's has done a restock on everything that you are going to need from the Bonanza sets, because a lot of people still want a lot of cards from this set, and you know they're looking for the continuous opportunity to be notified of when this stuff is coming from. So discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. Now, I also want to plug this. If you are in the need of standard size sleeves, not Yu-Gi-Oh size unfortunately, but Ultra Pro has up right now for 3 colors that you might not particularly care about all that much, but it doesn't really matter. They're 99 cents a pack. This is an insane deal. They also have, don't be fooled, they have the light blue and the lime green for the $1.99, and for whatever reason, the black sleeves are just on clearance, just not even included in this. But these are all up at 99 cents a piece. So I just wanted to give this a shout out, because a lot of people constantly ask, hey, you know, are there cheap sleeves? I mean, these are like $5, $6 a pack at local LGSs. And the cool thing is, like, you can also get these in 100 packs too for the $1.99 if you really need it. So I wanted to... Oh, it looks like 2 of them just sold out in the time of me plugging. Oh no, those are the hundreds. Okay, never mind. We're still good on the 100 count. It's crazy to me that the whites and that are still at those prices, but 99 cents a pack. Wanted to make sure people knew about that. Crowley, the first Professor. So if you've been paying attention to anything related to the Charmer stuff coming down the pipeline here, you're probably going to need copies of Crowley, because this card searches for the big search for spell card, because it conveniently is a spell book. When Konami does this little thing of, we're going to include certain little powerhouse cards within decks that are also going to be accessible via, you know, extra archetypes, you do kind of have to start looking at these. But yeah, it does have to reveal 3 spell books with different names. Conveniently, you know, well, actually, you have to reveal 3 spell books with different names. Luckily, they can be cards. So you can reveal the Magician, the Secrets, and the direct card itself that you are going to want. Now, coming down here, I mean, you're probably looking at these, you're like, Robbie, this is 50 cents. I will tell you, for how much hype this had on its initial release back here, you did have a lot of pickups. Somebody picked up 34 at 92 cents a piece. I think we have had the little bit of the cool down now, you know, as expectations have kind of rolled through here and more people have had time to kind of settle on this thought. But we need to be very patient with this. This is going to be a very big long-term push for sure. Speaking of Blue Boys, now Spellbook Magician of Prophecies themselves, you have one cheap listing here, like $7, another at $8. It looks like another at $9, and then, you know, we kind of gas on up to eventually the $17 mark. But this is what I'm talking about. Because Crowley is able to search for, you know, any of these key cards within the space, you are kind of see a little bit of a bounce around with this. And I mean, be very wary of getting drolled with this deck. And then, of course, the Searcher for the Searcher. Obviously, you can only apply one of these once per turn. I love the fact that there are more of these on the market than the Stratos monster itself. But these come in 8s. You can get a European English for $8.50. Outside of that, I mean, you're going to be hitting that $10 mark. The fact that both of these have extremely low quantities on the market is pretty indicating of what's going on. So you are going to want to keep an eye on these for sure. So we need to come back to Mega Pack. There is, I probably will talk about this again in another later video, but the upcoming modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks, people are expecting them to have reprints of the Dominuses. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see Konami trying to push that. It is kind of an interesting thought that you would be able to get those. But, I mean, $35, meanwhile, Purges have dropped down to 22s. The thing is, though, both of these cards are very sought after right now. I mean, like if you're playing Malice or anything that's going to be able to abuse Dominus Impulse, you're going to want this card. All right, this isn't just some off-the-wall, batshit crazy, terrible idea. No, there is some wants to this. Now, obviously, you know, the Mulcharmies, for the American release, I think we get it this week. Europe's had it for 2 weeks on us, which is kind of crazy to think about, but these are 17s. Tracks are down to 15s for this set. It amazes me that even with 79 listings of track on the market, we're still seeing it so very expensive. Looks like Imperms, 125 listings, but these things are holding $12 all day long for the Powerhouse cards. So that's actually kind of nice. Lordly Loads coming in at 11s, SPs at 10s, Lacrimas at 6s, Iron Thunders coming in at 6s as well. Your Pot of Greeds have actually, it's actually kind of funny, Pot of Greeds have actually hit the bottom bare minimum here at the $5 mark. Even though, you know, Genesis format is kind of popular, seeing that little bit of a dip down is interesting. Queen of the Blazing Domain. I love the fact that this card is just holding $6 after shipping, and it has been a consistent creature. Look at all of the sales that this thing has, man. Look at this. Every single day, Queen of the Blazing Domain just continues to get hammered off the market. And I do really believe that people think this card is going to be the next hidden sauce. And I don't blame them, actually. Anything that basically creates a macrocosmos state on the opponent is gotta be broken at some point within the game. Like, it just seems like a very, very strong possibility. I would not be surprised to see that eventually happen. Nightmare Throne's still $5. You can thank DDD for that. You've got Raigekis, still $5, which is really crazy to see. Now, you do kind of start to see a little bit of a downturn here. Gamma Seals are still 4s. The Nightmare Apprentice is still 4s. I have gone on record, and I'm still going to say this, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Nightmare Apprentice finding itself in a rare slot in Phantom Revenge. I feel like that's just very much a possibility of what the TCG is going to try to do with that. LZs are still holding at 4s. Honestly, on up to 5s. That's kind of crazy. Requiem's still very cheap. The problem with the tins, though, from this year, even if, you know, we feel like we're starting to see a little bit of a recovery in certain things, the cards have been opened into oblivion, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you've got to let people filter through and decide, you know, hey, you know, what do I want to pick up now? I mean, Jerusalem's for $3 is fantastic. The Retaliating Seas at 4s is good. Ukalonics, $4. Excellent. You know, we've also got things like the Black Go Last, which this thing needed a reprint. You know, we're solidly holding at $3. It got another reprint in the Legendary decks, which, in the Albaz deck, which hammered it down even more. Bot Herders, I see we have 90 listings of this. Does this card continue to get hammered off the market in the same fashion? Yeah. This card, a little bit less than the standard version of Queen of the Blazing Domain, but both cards, they have the illusion of being broken. Same thing here. If you're going to continue to look at like long-term things you're going to want to see, I do think Gold Sarcophagus is the big one, especially when we do head into getting the Yugi stuff within the May set later in the year. I don't think they're going to reprint this. And the problem is you are going to want this for Maze. It's going to be one of those impactful cards that you're going to be like, hey, this seems kind of important. And honestly, I do think that this is, yeah, these are pushing the $3 to $4 mark very consistently. And you've got a lot of, holy crap. Well, that's a lot of sales. But like I said, I'm not going to go too much further into the tins. There's a lot of good penny stonks to be watching back here, but we will definitely revisit this. And for your visual entertainment today, I told you we'd be looking at a lot of cool PSA cards. Get a PSA 10 Japanese Ultimate Rare. Yeah, by the way, we never got this. I wish we would have gotten an Ultimate BLS, but currently up on bid, $760, ends in 19 hours or so. So definitely a awesome piece to be seeing. But what do you guys think about today's market? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.